All right, what's up, everybody? Giancarlo here with Bad Beats. Today we have some live gameplay commentated. We have Eric on the left playing Mecha Frieza and Rashad on the right playing Shroomed and Salsa. We've been playtesting these decks on Untap for quite a while. I know these guys are really excited to get their hands on the real cards this weekend. Um, and we should have a pretty cool game. So Shroomed and Salsa is a deck I'm a little bit less familiar with. Um, I know it warps a lot of cards. I know what most of the cards do. It warps stuff. I've played against it plenty of times. Mecha Frieza is a deck that me and Eric really, uh, I'd say, put a lot of hours in, just working, tweaking, collaborating. It's a really cool deck, really powerful, and we are going to see how it does. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to okay. So let's go back. Okay, so tapping one to play Toa. What Toa does is it looks at the top five and adds it's like three different names. So I think it's a demon realm race, a dark wizard, or a demon god. Pretty much it's like almost the entire deck. So when you play Toa and look at the top five, you're not gonna miss. Again, I think it's one of three names. Basically all three of those names synergize with every card in your deck, whether it's your leader, your 5-drop, your Toa. It's like a demon realm race, demon god, dark wizard, I think. And it's kind of hard to see what's in Eric's hand here. He has a lot of options. I do know Eric main decks BMS, so if he has King Planet Vegeta, he can just search BMS and play it. That will prevent Rashad from really doing much next turn. I don't think Shroom Salsa has a lot of removal for like 1 and 2 drops, so we'll see what he does here. Looks like he has a Planet Vegeta, the Slug package, a Super Combo, a Nimbus. I think I saw a Bergamo, so he's using his leader ability to play a U9 as symbol. And, I mean, it's fine, right? Your opponent's tapped out, so you can U9. Probably going for a Chappelle here. Chappelle is really good. He could also grab a Basil. Basil would be okay. Basically, the way you play around Shroom and Salsa, I do know, is by putting a lot of battle cards in your drop area. So by cycling a lot of battle cards and then putting them in your drop area, you're going to play around their effects because most Shroom and Salsa effects activate when your opponent has 0 battle cards in their drop area. So by using cards that cycle and then you can just combo with them, it's pretty easy to play around the cards. None of them trigger basically. So like your opponent's leader, the Shroomed and Salsa leader, when he attacks, you combo with a card, and then if your opponent has no cards in their battle area, when they have no cards in their drop area, he draws a card. So it is really strong. You see here, he's basically like a free 15k combo with the super combo for free, basically. And that's really strong, but like later in the game, when the opponent has a lot of battle cards in their drop area, it can be hard to still trigger those effects. It's really good in the early game when there's not a lot of cards in the drop area, but it gets the longer the game goes on, the more cards go to drop, the more difficult it can be. Here we have Toa's effect, tap 1, summon a vanilla. You can get either your Shroomed or your Salsa, and they basically do the same thing. They attack for 15k, and then they bounce to the top. They bounce to your hand to play a 5-drop. So swing with leader. So he's gonna draw. He's gonna combo with one, and then he's gonna draw a card. So that's pretty cool. Again, just having a 15k leader on the front that kind of has a super combo is pretty nice. And we're going to see Eric here. The way to combo around, yeah, he's going to do it. So yeah, just because he comboed 2 battle cards, the 5-drop cards say, when this card attacks, warp a card from your opponent's drop, and then if they have 0 cards in their drop, activate the effect. The Salsa summons another 5-drop, and the Shroom warps a battle card. So that's cool. Because Eric has put 2 cards in his drop area, Rashad can't just play that 5-drop now and get its effect. Now, to play around that, he could have just summoned the 5-drop first, then swung, then triggered his 5-drop, and then his turn would have continued. But now that Eric's comboed 2, not only does he not take a life, but now Rashad's turn is kind of over because he can't really like warp enough cards from the drop area. So pretty cool. Yeah. That was what I always say, like, the Shroom Salsa deck has like a flaw, you know what I mean? And that's if your opponent just has too many, battle cards in their drop, none of your effects trigger. So it's really easy to just play around certain aspects of that. And I don't quite know what this unison does. I guess when you combo with a card, it ticks up or something. I don't know, but I do know that it's probably just gonna die next turn. It only has 10k and it comes out at two markers. That's a pretty easy target for any deck to just clear. And black, without black having no real unison support, stuff like a counterplay or a counterattack for free, black unisons just really aren't that good. You know, so it is what it is. But we will see what happens. It looks like Eric has slug stuff. It looks like he has another United symbol. He's at 5 life, so he can like Planet Vegeta here pretty easily. Yep. Playing 1-drop slug, that's nice. Draws a card. He can use leader ability. What are we going to do here? Planet Vegeta. All right. So, yep, Planet Vegeta is still pot of greed in Mecha Frieza. It's pretty nice. It just feels good to play, not going to lie. Always feels good to play Planet Vegeta now because it's 0 mana, draw 2. And that's really nice. Eric does have to figure out here how to clear this board. I think he has another United symbol in hand, so it actually won't be that hard because he just gets a Basil. And, yep, I think that is what he's going to do. Yep, United symbol, draw 2, summon a Basil, draw a third. And his leader is going to trigger whenever you play a yellow extra card once per turn. With Mecha Frieza on the backside, it taps one of your opponent's battle cards. So really strong. Basil comes out here. Because his opponent has 5 cards or more in rest mode, it's going to become a dual attack 19k. Yeah, Basil's really strong. Really good in the mid to late game when it can just attack twice for 19k. So, yep, Eric has pretty much free clear on this whole board. Like 6 ways from Sunday. Yep. And I'll be honest, Rashad is really not incentivized to protect anything simply because why would you, right? Everything's too weak to protect, and you can probably just reestablish stuff. Yep. Lord Slug is going into the Toa because it's a 4K on a 4K. And he can just attack it with his leader if he really wants. He also has a Super Namekian in hand, so he just gets to... It's safe, basically, because he's going to pop it off the same turn he attacks with it. Yep. And here we have a Super Namekian. I love this card, man. I played it a lot in the actual Lord Slug deck, but now, now we can play it in Mecha Frieza, and it's definitely better. Basically, when it's in rest mode, it has barrier all the time. When it's in rest mode, your opponent cannot add cards from their deck to their hand except by leader skills. So, for example, that Toa now no longer searches. Super combos don't draw. Any card that would add search or draw, you cannot use. Only leader ability can draw. So it really shuts down a lot of decks' ability to function because a lot of decks just cantrip, you know what I mean? Now you can still summon cards from deck to the battle area. So Toa will have some type of effect, but it's not as good because it's not cycling. Yep, so yeah, it doesn't, yeah, see, he summons Toa, it does not look at the top 5 because of the Lord Slug, so pretty lame. I mean, I guess you could technically look at the top 5 and then shuffle your deck. That's just a waste of time, though. And yeah, now Eric, I believe, has either 2 or 3 battle cards in his drop area, so it is going to be a little difficult for Rashad to actually get him down to 0 cards in drop. So his leader's not going to draw with his extra ability. And then his 5 drops won't trigger. So here we have Giant Ball. Okay, so yeah, he Giant Balls the card coming out, and so that's going to come out in rest mode, and then Mecha Frieza leader is going to tap the Toa. So pretty nice, pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if Mecha gets the right cards, it definitely see like he's at 3 life, so he took a lot of damage early game. But once he has his board established, it's going to be really hard for him to. It's going to be really hard for him to do so. It's going to be really hard for Rashad to push damage further. And I see 1, 2 battle cards in drop areas. So this 5 drop isn't going to trigger. If Rashad attacks with his leader first and combos a card, then then Eric can just combo a card in turn from his hand, and the 5-drop won't trigger. So it still warps a card, but I believe it summons another 5-drop. But now because Eric has a card in his battle card in his drop area, it does not. So pretty strong. I definitely would not let this Basil die here, though. Yeah, he lets the Basil die by I know it puts a battle card in drop area, but I mean you just want to keep your Basil on the board because it's active all the time. You could have just comboed a battle card from your hand to save it. It's at 19k still, so yeah, I definitely would not have let that Basil die, especially considering how he has such a huge hand compared to his opponent. I mean, Rashad has 2 cards in hand, whereas Eric has a whole damn book. And again, Basil would just trigger again, and you'd be able to clear board for free, keep your Basil up, attack this Shroomed very effectively. It's just a lot. Yeah, see, he just combos with an ape. He could have just done that to save the Basil. I know Mecha Frieza has a lot of extra cards in hand, and it's not like you can just combo any battle card in your hand, but sometimes it's like you have a lot of extra cards. Like right now, he has a Planet Vegeta in his hand. He can just snap charge. Yeah, exactly. So like you don't want to charge battle cards either because you have a limited supply of battle cards in your deck. Your deck does play a lot of extra cards. So although Eric does have like, gosh, I don't know, probably 12 to 14 cards in hand, I would say a good bit of them are extra cards. So, oh, and he drew Cell Xeno. Okay, that's gonna make it a lot easier. That's probably what he's playing for. He's playing for the Cell Xeno to close out the game. So he doesn't really need to pressure his opponent's life. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, I don't agree with that attack. He could have just comboed that Lord Slug last turn, and then his leader just attacks the Toa, and so he draws a card either way, and a battle card is in his drop area either way, and he would have still had Basil. So I don't like that sequence of play that he did. I understand why he did it because now Rashad is going to attack that 1-drop Lord Slug, putting another battle card in his drop area. I don't like the sequence of play into why he did it. Now he's gonna pass with 2 energy up. That's what you really want to do. He has access to Warcry, and I don't know if he has a Bergamo in hand, but I think that's what they're talking about. He's like, I think he's explaining why he didn't attack with the leader. He doesn't want to attack with the leader because he doesn't want to give Rashad an extra card to life, from life to hand. And I agree, but he would have been in a better situation if he had done it the way I described either way. So yeah, there's a lot of micro decisions to be made in Mecha Frieza. I understand. Sometimes it can be difficult to ascertain. But yeah, so again, I think he's pretty heavy staking on the 2 battle cards in drop area. He's got 1, 2. So again, now Rashad's gonna attack the Lord Slug, I would assume. And warp 1, and then because he warps 1, he's going to put another one back. So again, I understand why Eric did it. He's just trying to play around Shroomed and Salsa cards, but there was just a slightly better way to do it. And okay, he's going to turn a Nimbus, and I wonder, is he going to discard? He's not going to discard. Interesting. Okay, he is. Yeah, another Super Namekian. Yeah, that's fine. So again, another. Oh yeah. So also, Shroomed and Salsa can't warp a card unless it combos. So by negating the leader swing, you absolutely just prevent it from warping. Now we have the Dark Mask King. He does a lot. He's like a triple strike. If your opponent has 3 or more cards in their warp battle cards, he only costs 4. And then if they use a counter to negate his attack, they take a damage, and then I guess when he swings, he warps another 2. If your opponent has 10 battle cards in their warp, if he attacks, he untaps himself. So he's definitely the end game finisher. Really strong card. And now because Eric has 4 or more battle cards in his warp, Shroomed and Salsa can awaken. So he has an alternate win con. Awakening at 8 life is pretty cool. Now I know Eric is going for the Cell Xeno win, so it's not like super detrimental that his opponent awakens at 8 life, but it is what it is. So it looks like he attacked the Lord Slug there. he looks like he attacked the Super Namekian, so Eric's just gonna combo out. So 25. Is he 35 or 20? I don't know what happened there. He's only 25 power. So he must. That would be okay. So he definitely attacked the leader. That was me being wrong. Yeah. So he combos the 30 to out combo with the 25. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yep. And again, it looks like Eric charged, I guess, another Planet Vegeta there. Yeah, Vegeta, obviously really good in the early game, but U9 Assemble is just better in the late game. And if you're going to use your leader ability for anything, you're probably going to want it to be for U9 Assemble. So that is what it is. So attacking his leader into the Mass King. He can definitely kill it. He has a final flash. He has another super combo. It looks like he didn't combo. Yeah, he just wanted the free draw there. That's pretty reasonable. So draw for the super combo. So now it's 30k to 25k. Again, Rashad has access to no super combos and he only has 3 cards in hand. So it's not like Eric has to put not like he has to put a lot of combo power into this. But looks like he's gone to 35. Yeah, and now he just has a bunch of battle cards in his drop area, and it's over. It's a shame he didn't have Angile there. He would have been able to punish Rashad super hard if he had the 3-drop Angile from the Slugs Army stuff. So yeah, Rashad charging a super combo. It's not only is he at 8 life, but that Slug is preventing him from drawing anyways. So pretty nuts. Here we see like where this is. I said before, Shroomed and Salsa has like a very detrimental effect of where Eric just has too many battle cards in his drop area now, and so Rashad is actively minusing just to try to get their effects off, and so he's already like at a lower hand size, and now he's just minusing cards to play a losing game. Eric at any point in the game is probably not going to have 0 battle cards in his drop area now. I think right now he has 3, maybe even 4. And like Rashad's just not going to have enough cards to play. I know he does play the Makekabura SR, which I think removes like 1 or 2, but you know, it's not. I don't think it's going to be enough to close the game out. Okay. Warcry. I mean, that's cool. I think it's a bit preemptive. Usually I like to Warcry when they have like a battle card on the board, but I mean, you're still playing Mecha Frieza lead, so you have plenty of options. BMS, I mean, that's cool. It prevents him from playing U9 Assemble, at least this turn. So if he wanted to U9 Assemble, he can't play it this turn. U9 Assemble is also a card that's only really good in the early game. You see Rashad has like 5 energy untapped. You're not going to be able to summon anything off it anyway. So, you know, I guess he could still just snap play it. BMS isn't doing anything. And then, yeah, I would also just probably combo that Slug. Yeah. I would probably combo the one on board. The one in hand you can discard to summon a 1-drop from deck to draw another card. So I would probably combo the one on board. Granted, he probably isn't going to do that anyway, but taking Giant Ball from life. I mean, it's not that that's wrong. Okay, he's going to Bergamo his 2 energy. Okay, never mind. He did it right. Yep. Oh, bro, Bergamo is so punishing. That sucks. He just, for 2 cards and for 2 energy, he just rested 4 cards, including 2 energy. So, and then he's charging to 5. He has, let's see, does he have Celzino? Looks like he's 1 off. He has 8. Oh, no, he has it. 5, 8, 12. Yeah, okay. So he has Celzino. Yeah, Rashad's tapped out. I mean, he has like a power burst in hand, so he has a pretty clear path to dealing 3 damage and then just drop Celzino and win the game. So we'll see what Eric does, but I'm pretty sure that is what he is going to do. You attack with Lord Slug and don't combo. You attack with, what's his name? Warcry, don't combo. Rashad's then at 4 life. You drop Lord Slug, drop 3 cards. I mean, drop Celzino, drop 3 cards out of his hand. Dual attack, quadruple strike. Probably going to be the game at that point. So we'll see how Eric sequences it. What was that card? Oh, yeah, that was the Angile. Yeah, that was the... Is that Angile? What the hell is that? Chilled? I don't even know what that card is. Okay. Oh, that's the. I think that's like a double strike chilled. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like this hand Gile a lot. It's critical bond 2 when your opponent has 4 cards in rest mode, 4 or more cards in rest mode. They they have to choose 2 of their cards, including like leader energy, and then they can't blah blah blah. What can't they do? They can't freaking untap them. Yeah, that playing it at that point was wrong. Like having to dump 2 cards from your hand is never right. Yeah, he could have just swung leader there. There's no. Does he not have Selzino? Because he's kind of making his play a little sloppy. Rashad's choosing Toa, and I guess probably Toa and 1 energy. Yeah, the fact that this guy's crit doesn't matter that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Eric's missequencing his aggression a little bit, I would say. Yeah, it's never right. Even if this is the last turn of the game and you don't actually care, it's never right to just drop 2 cards from hand, especially when he just attacked the BMS with his leader after he summoned it. So he also should just save. Like he shouldn't be clearing battle cards anyway. He should save all these swings for life. Yeah, you don't. You also don't need to combo there. He has 2 cards in hand. If you combo anything, you combo your second Warcry. You know what I mean? So that way you have another double striker. It's random shit. I don't know. Also, now he should be attacking a battle card if he's going to use that Bergamo. Yeah, see, he doesn't need to give him that extra life because he's going to take a quadruple strike. Why would you put him at 3? Selzino is going to trigger. The only way for Rashad to survive this is if he has double power burst in hand and Eric misses it. But it looks like he only has 5 cards in hand, so yeah. So the only way for him to survive is if that's double power burst. I highly doubt that it is. So all right, that was honestly a lot. That whole turn was very, very missequenced, but Selzino came to clear and to save the day anyway, right? So okay, yeah. I don't know. There was a lot of mistakes made in that last turn. Obviously, one of the biggest ones. I don't even know, bro. I'm kind of lost. One of the biggest ones was summoning under a BMS. There's no reason to have to discard cards from your hand. Instead of, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, Selzino wins the game. Good job.